general thoughts on the scrimmage. It sounds like Mike Washington had a big day, Monte, CJ, so on and so forth.
Yeah, great day for the offense. Didn't have the start we wanted, which is kind of weird. We've honestly had really good starts all throughout camp with fastball starts, so it's kind of weird. We kind of got to go back, look at the tape, see what happened on that beginning of the practice. But after that, we were rolling, like you said. Mike had another great day. Braylon had a great day. Monty, Unk doing his thing out there. So we played really good. And then defense side, they were really energetic, playing to the ball, everybody getting around the ball. They had a really good day. Brought a lot of energy, and I think, that's kind of what they were missing kind of last scrimmage. They didn't have as much energy, but, they came out firing today. Energy was at an all-time high, so really good competition.
Sorry to go straight to the negative, but now I'm curious what happened at the start. Y'all just didn't get a first down, or what happened
just
exactly?
Didn't start off with first down. Just kind of didn't get rolling from the jump, which I don't know why we didn't start off hot, which is weird. We had really good energy throughout the warm-up. And like I said, all fall camp during those first few periods, we've been on fire. So just kind of got to go back on tape. Maybe we missed one block or something, but nothing too concerning.
Not sure if you were able to pay attention to him today, but if not, maybe throughout the entire fall. How have you seen? What have you seen from Phillip Lee? Sam said he stood out today. Do you have anything that stood out to you today, or just throughout this fall? How has he kind of been emerging?
Yeah, all fall he's just been slowly climbing. I want to say he might have started off with threes, and he just kind of worked his way up to the ones, and he's been just putting it in day by day, putting in that work, and just getting a lot better. Really good pass rusher, but then even showing up in the run game, he's really came along a long way, and just seeing that day by day progress has been really cool to see. Works really hard, and he's gonna be a really big help for us this year.
You guys are, I don't think the first team offense had any turnovers today. It seems like you guys are doing a good job taking care of the ball this fall. I mean, how much have you guys as players talking about it? It's something that Sam talks about a ton. I mean, what's the level of importance with that from the roster?
Yeah, it's everything. Coach Pittman talks about it all the time before games is we got to win the turnover battle. And when we win the turnover battle, we usually win games. And so that's been a huge point of emphasis, and it goes with all 11 players. Offensive line has a part in the ball protection and protecting the quarterback, making sure he has time. Talon making the right reads, and the running backs and wide receivers holding on to the ball. So it's all 11 of us working as one, protecting the ball, and I think we've, really been keyed in on, we're going to take care of the rock and we're going to score touchdowns every time.
Sounded very coach-like at the very beginning, so that's a big positive there. We didn't talk to Sam about 2 minutes. Did y'all do 2 minutes today, and how did it look?
Didn't get a 2-minute opportunity today, but I mean, when we had the opportunity to kind of just go out there, we were running the ball. I think our 2-minute was pretty good. We got a lot of good reps on it last few practices, and I feel really confident about it.
Has been in here since you were last, and he told us. I think you used the term very much better offensively this year. What is your take overall on the offense? Can y'all be more productive?
Yeah, we are way ahead where we were last year. And I think it starts with Talon Green and his decision-making, and then it kind of goes down to the offense line of giving time for Talon. And then from there, I have ultimate trust in the wide receivers that we have in our tight ends. And, it just kind of – it obviously starts up front, and then Talon taking care of the right reads. And, we're a lot better. I really don't know exactly what to pinpoint it. Maybe the leadership, maybe us coming back for the second year. But, yeah, it's exciting offense. You guys are going to really enjoy it.
I guess you mentioned the slower start and then coming on towards the end. Is that something that you've maybe, that kind of mentality that you've learned over the past however many years you've been in college football, that, even if you don't start well, is that something that maybe you didn't have maybe earlier in your career that you'll turn it around?
Yeah, I think being an older offense, I think that's saying that you learn that, you can't let one drive dictate the whole scrimmage or, the whole game. And so, yeah, I think just kind of the older guys being able to realize, hey, we didn't do what we wanted on the first drive, but we have a whole day ahead of us to correct that first drive. I think that's just kind of obviously that's something that you learn with being an older player, that, there's 4 quarters in a football game, not just one drive.
Out there with the ones today, what was the most frequent combination of guys at right guard and right tackle that you were working with today?
I know we had Kobe out there, Kobe and E, and then Kobe and Shaq, I think, got a little bit of burn too. So just them two, they've been battling it out on that side, and we have a really good offensive line, and I have ultimate confidence whoever we put on that right side that they're going to hold it down and play great ball.
Who stood out to you from the right side today?
I like E and Shaq a lot. E brings a lot of leadership. Older guy, older cat, knows the playbook, and so he has just kind of that older maturity. And then Shaq is that big presence that he brings there. He has those big paws, and when he puts them on you, you can't really go anywhere. So they both have their things that they do good at, and they both have some things that they can work on. But I think whoever we put out there, you're gonna like the product.
Sam was telling us that Scott was kicking in front of the chancellor in practice, in front of the team. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, Scott is an awesome kid. Brings the energy each and every day. Just young, spirited, and he's going to be a really good kicker for us. And I think, I don't know how far back he went. He was almost like on like the eye of like the hog, kicking from there, and he nailed it. Just the way the ball flies off of his foot, it's really cool to see because that kid is really talented, and he's going to do a lot of great things for us this year.
A lot of your scoring drives last year were kind of, long drives and punched it in finally. It seems like this year, based on what we're hearing and stuff, you all have a lot of guys who can big explosive plays score. What does that do for, especially like the linemen, just having those type of playmakers?
Yeah, we as offensive linemen, we love explosive plays. That's, you get out there, and when you could go a 60-yard pass, or we had a 90-yard run today, like that's stuff like that just kind of gives you that extra win of like, all right, you know what, we're off the field a little bit sooner, we get a little bit more water, a little bit more wind. So it does a lot for the offensive line, and I think that's just kind of Petrino's offense is he wants explosive plays, he wants big-time plays, and it helps the offensive line, and it just helps the confidence of everyone around on the offense.
And then just how would you diagnose the line from maybe day one of fall camp to now, things you think y'all maybe fine-tuned, worked on the best?
Yeah, I think just being able to pick up blitzes, different checks. I think our communication has came a long way. Taylon Green is making a lot of checks at the line, and just our communication has gotten that much faster, which is helping out the offense operation become a lot faster and helping us overall just be able to make plays and be confident in what we're doing because we have time.
What happened to get y'all? I think Kyle said it was 91 yards on that run. What happened to get y'all back to the 9-yard line, and what kind of play was it to spring him?
Yeah, so I think Devin Bale punted it, great punt like he always does. So, it was kind of one of those things where we got out there and we're like, Mike, we need a big one right now. And so we got into the line of scrimmage, and it was a pass play. And then Taylon saw some type of blitz, interior blitz, checked it to a run. Caden made the right call on to how to pick it up, and from there, Mike just hit that hole. And that's the thing with Mike is when he gets that ball, there's no real he's just hitting the hole. He's not really thinking, he's hitting the hole as hard as he can, and he's making that play. And he hit it for 91, and I don't know if he got touched, but it was all thanks to Taylon looking at the defense, diagnosing that we got interior pressure, and from there, Caden made the right call, and we blocked it up, and Mike did his job.
What hole was he running through?
I would like to say, I want to say like the front side A gap. So it was, it was a nice play.
What was your impression of him when you first saw him? Because coming from New Mexico State, he is bigger, stronger, faster than I thought he was going to be.
Yeah, I think honestly he's gotten a lot bigger since he's gotten here, and that's just because of how he works. He works extremely hard, and just each and every day, really quiet guy. He's not going to say too much. He's just going to come up, show up, and work. And, it just speaks volumes of who he is as a person because he comes out to practice each and every day. He's the same guy, and he works extremely hard in the weight room, extremely hard on the field, and, you guys are starting to see the product of it.
You guys have got a real, like an international type roster in a way, and then several California guys, too, out west. What do you think of the blend of what your locker room looks like?
It's awesome, man. We have a lot of fun, lots of transfers. I think that's kind of what we've all embraced. We love just being that group of, we're all kind of different guys. We're all a bunch of different characters from different schools. But, you know what, we embrace that differentness, and we love being together with each other. We love spending time in the locker room. I think the amount of after-practice locker room encounters with the whole team has been at an all-time high. Like, I walked in there today, they were playing some type of song, and, I mean, it was like a whole, like, dance circle, flash mob in the middle of the locker room, and it's stuff like that where it's like, you know, you're not really getting that at other places, but I think we've built that culture of, you know what, we accept all transfers, we accept where you're coming from, and we love whoever you are, and we're excited just to all be Hogs.
I don't think we've spoken to you since maybe the Cash Courtney, Blake Cherry have kind of moved up the depth chart, at least in what we're seeing. I mean, what stands out about those two?
Those two cats are going to be really good. And I've really been thinking about, I was like, if I had a 6th year of, like, COVID year, if I had to come back for one more year, I would be battling against a spot for Blake Cherry. Like, I mean, that kid is a straight-up dog. And Cash is just so smart for a freshman, just the way he knows the playbook. And then one person you guys maybe not have seen too much of, but it's going to be really good once he, you know, kind of starts figuring it all out, is LJ Prudhomme. You know, those freshmen, that freshman class, I'm so excited for them. I hope they all stick together because they have a chance to be one of the best offensive lines to come through this program. And I'm glad my eligibility is running out, because if I stayed for one more year, I would be having to work my tail off to stay on the starting spot.
Sam said Monte had a big day. Do you guys have to, like, pinch yourselves watching former MLB player, like, kind of doing what he's doing out there on the practice fields? And
Yeah, man, he it doesn't feel real sometimes. You know, you see him out there. He's an old head. Just the way he carries himself, he's kind of an older guy, but he goes out there and he balls. And so, like you said, yeah, you kind of do got to pinch yourself like, wow, this dude's 30, moving around like this, feeling amazing, making great plays against, you know, prime 21, 22-year-olds. And so it's all credit to what he does for himself off the field and how he trains, because, I mean, to be playing ball like he is at 30, it's not easy. Thank you, guys.